Good morning, my dear students. This is Teacher Sarah, your English teacher. Hope you are all doing very well. Today we have a new spelling lesson, which is comparative and superlative endings er, est. Comparative is coming from the verb compare. And to compare is to make a comparison between two things. So if you have two friends and you want to make a comparison between those two friends, so if friend A is tall, okay, and you have friend B is taller than him. If friend A is thin, but the friend B is thinner than him. So in this case, you have two persons or two things or two places and you compare between the two things. We just want to know what do we do to the adjective in order to turn it to comparative adjective or superlative adjective. So sometimes we add er and sometimes we add est. This is exactly what we are going to learn today in our lesson. And before we start, let's watch that interesting video. Okay. Now, let's start our lesson for today. My dear students, as usual, I'm going to show you some sentences and I need you to read each sentence carefully and try to find the word with er or est. We have to find a comparative or superlative word with ending er or est. Are you ready, my dear? Here we are. The first sentence is everyone will know the truth sooner or later. Everyone will know the true story, the truth, which is the true story, soon or later. So we have here two words, but we will pay attention or shed the light on one word, which is sooner. Sooner, my dear, is a comparative adjective. And how did I know that it's comparative adjective? And here comes the rule. We have to know this very well and bear it in our minds. If I have here the ending er, so it is comparative. And here the comparative, it will be between two things. The adjective, the base word is soon. So here I have soon. I just added er to get the meaning in or after a short time. What change happened to the word soon? We do nothing to the base word, we just added er. We did nothing to the base word, we just added er to give me the meaning of in or after a short time. Next sentence. That's the soonest I could get a flight. That's the soonest I could get a flight. Who can find the word with the comparative or superlative adjective with the ending er or est? Est? Amazing. The word soonest. The word soonest is a superlative adjective of which word? Of soon. What does it mean? It means as quickly as reasonable, as quickly as possible, even the soonest, the most quickly thing. What change happened to the adjective here? We do nothing to the base word here, we just add est. Third sentence. The boy looks happier than that girl. That boy looks happier than that girl. Who can find the word, the comparative or superlative adjective with the ending er or est? Tremendous. Happier. Happier is a comparative adjective, teacher. How did we know? We have here er. So if I have er, it's a comparative, and here I compare between only two, the boy and the girl. The boy, so 1 to 1. If I make a comparison between 1 to 1, it becomes a comparative. So I add er, then I have to add than. Er, than. What does it mean? Feeling or showing more pleasure comparing it to other person, comparing it to only one person. So he is happier. What change happened to that base word? Okay. If the adjective ends in y, as here, it ends with y, it will be changed into I, then we add er or est. In this case, as long as it's a comparative, because we have only two persons, one person and another person, so I add er. So I add er, then than. Happier than. Happier than. He is the happiest boy in the class because he got the full mark in the test. He is the happiest boy in the class because he got the full mark in the test. Who can find the comparative or superlative adjective with the ending er or est? Very good. The word happiest. The word happiest. Happiest is the superlative. Why, teacher, is the superlative? In this case, if I have, it's like super. So if he is super, I add est. And I add the word the before the adjective. And in this case, I make a comparison between one person and group of persons. One person and group of persons. So in this case, my dear, it's a superlative. That's why I have to add est. But wait, there is another change happening to the base word. Yeah, as agreed. If it ends with Y, I change the Y into I, then I add EST. And what does it mean, teacher? Feeling or showing the most pleasure, comparing to one or more than one. Exactly, comparing to more than one. In this case, it is a superlative adjective. Again, let's read together what change happened to the base word. If the adjective end in Y, it will be changed into I, then we add EST. Very good. Next, July is hotter than June. July is hotter than June. Very good. The word hotter, hotter. Hotter, it is comparative or superlative? Exactly, it's a comparative. Why, teacher? Because here I have a comparison between two. July, two things, July and June. So in this case, if 1 to 1, I add only ER. In this case, it becomes comparative. And what is the base adjective? Hot. What does it mean? It has two meanings. The first one, having a higher degree of heat or a higher temperature, comparing it to another thing. And what the other meaning? In this case, if it's related to food. So when I say a very hot dish cooked with green chili, it means it contains or consists of spices or peppers which produce a burning sensation when tasted. Who can tell me the change happened to the base adjective, the base word of the adjective? Exactly, my dear. In a word, if we have one syllable, what does it mean, syllable? We mentioned this previously. Exactly. Syllable, it means part. And as we said before, we have different types of words. Some words with one syllable, one syllable. So if you clap your hand while saying it, you will clap only one time. Hot, hot. And I can have words with two syllables, like Ahmed, Ahmed. So this word consists of two syllables. I have another word like beautiful, beautiful. It consists of four parts, four syllables. But today we will focus on a word with only one syllable. So the word hot, it consists of one syllable. Say it, hot, 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 one syllable. It consists of one vowel and one consonant. If we have a word like hot, one syllable and one vowel and one consonant, you have to double the consonant, the last consonant. Then you add a comparative ending, ed, or superlative ending like est. So, in a word with one syllable, double the final consonant. Only if the word ends in one vowel and one consonant, then we add er. Hopefully you got this part. August is the hottest month ever. August is the hottest month ever. First of all, who can find the adjective, the comparative or superlative adjective? Exactly, the word hottest. The word hottest. Okay, let's stop here for a while. Hottest, as you see here, we have est. So it is a superlative adjective for hot. Okay, and it means having the highest degree of heat or the highest temperature Exactly as we just mentioned, we have a word with one syllable and one vowel, ending with one vowel and one consonant, so we have to double the consonant first of all. So instead of H-O-T, it will be H-O-T-T. Okay, now we have a comparison between one to only one or one to many. We have only 1 month comparing to many months. Many months. So 1 month to many more than one. So it will be a superlative. In this case, I add est, and before the adjective, I add the word the. The hottest month ever. Okay, so easy so far. Next, my friend has a smaller sister. My dear, can you see here? We have a comparison between one person and one. So 1 to 1. So in this case, I think it's so easy now. We have to look for a comparative or superlative. Exactly, a comparative, because we have 1 to 1. So ER, smaller. Smaller is a comparative adjective of the base. What is the base adjective? Small. Excellent. And what does it mean? It means of a size that is less than normal or usual, comparing to someone or something else. So here the comparison between 1 to 1. Did we make any change? We do nothing to the base word. We just added ER because we have a comparison between 1 and 1. And in this case, I add ER, and it's called comparative adjective. Okay, next. This is the smallest lake I have ever seen. Can you see the lake? It's very small. It is the smallest. Who can find the comparative or superlative adjective with the ending ER or EST? Excellent. The word smallest. Smallest. What do you think? Is comparative or superlative? Yeah, it's superlative because it ends with EST. And what is the base word? It's small. What does it mean? Of a size that's less than normal or usual, comparing to a group or more than one thing. So in this case, my dear, it seems that I'm comparing that lake to many other lakes, and this is the smallest. Remember, I have to put the, then the superlative adjective est, because in this case, I make a comparison between one and more than one. Do we make any change here? No, we didn't. We only added est. We only added est. Okay, next. He was one of the few guys I've met who is busier than I am. Busier than I am. So it seems from the picture that he's very busy. He's busier than I am. Busier than I am. So the word busier exactly is a comparative or superlative? Yeah. As we see here, ER, and it's comparing between that person and I. So 1 to 1. In this case, I just add ER, so it is a comparative adjective. And the base adjective or the base word is busy. What does it mean? Having more jobs and deals to do, comparing it to another person, comparing it to only one person. Okay, my dear, I'm not going to tell you what change happened to the base word. You will tell me. Look at busy. Yeah, look at busier. What happened? Yeah, perfect. We changed Y into I, then I add ER. And don't forget, I put than, busier than. So let's see what change happened. If the adjective ends in Y, it will be changed into I, then I add ER. Then I add ER. Okay, perfect. Next. Moms are always the busiest. Moms are always the busiest. So it's comparing between mom as a member of the family and the other members of the family, dad, sister, and brother. So one to one or one to many? Exactly, one to many. And it helps us to know that the superlative word is busiest. So busiest is a comparative or superlative adjective. Yeah, very well. It's superlative adjective. And what is the adjective? Busy. What is this? Busy. What's the meaning of busiest? Busiest, having the greatest deals to do, comparing it to one or a group of people. Yeah, exactly. So one too many. We compare one person to more than one person. So if I have a family consists of mom, dad, brother, sister, and maybe other siblings, maybe other brothers and sisters. In this case, I'm comparing between mom and other members of the family. And she is always the busiest. Don't forget that we put here the word the. Then I added est. What change happened to that? Okay, we know, teacher. If I have the word or the adjective end in y, it will be changed into I. Then I add est. Okay, that's all right, my dear. Next. He's fatter than his friend because he always eats fast food. Okay, look at him, always eating burger. Okay, look at his friend. His friend looks slim, but he looks fat. He's fatter than his friend. Who can find the comparative or superlative adjective? Yeah, very well. The word fatter. Fatter. The word fatter is a comparative to compare between one to one or superlative. Exactly, it's a comparative, teacher, because I have er and the adjective is fat. The adjective is fat. But what does it mean? It means of a person or animal having a larger amount of excess flesh comparing to only one. So here I make a comparison between one and one to one. So I added er, and after I added er, I put than. What change happened to that adjective, my dear? What change happened to that adjective? Yeah, we have a word with one syllable. Let's say the word fat. Fat, fat, fat. So one clap. If I say it on one clap, so it's one syllable. What about here? Yes, teacher, we have here one vowel and one consonant. And we mentioned the rule just now. If I have a one syllable word ending with one vowel and one consonant, we double the consonant, the final consonant. So instead of F-A only T, I added another T, then I added E-R. So in a word with one syllable, double the final consonant only. If the word ends in one vowel and one consonant, then I add the ER. Okay. I have to stop eating fast food. I feel I'm the fattest one of my friends. Here I make a comparison between one and other friends. So one to one or one to many? Exactly, one to many. So in this case, it's a comparative or a superlative? Superlative. So the word now, teacher, is so easy. The word is fattest, the fattest. The fattest, it's a superlative adjective of the adjective. What is the base word? Fat. Exactly. What does it mean? of a person or animal having the largest amount of excess flesh, comparing it to many. So I make a comparison between one and many. I add the, then I added here est because it's a superlative. Okay, let's read again. The change happened to the word. In a word with one syllable, it's only one syllable, and it has only one vowel and one consonant, final consonant. So we double the final consonant. So it will be F-A-T, T. Then I add E-S-T. By that, my dear students, we finished our spelling lesson for today. Hopefully you got it and you see it an easy lesson. Now please get your readers and writers notebook on page 245. 245. I'm going to read the words again. Sooner, soonest. Happier, happiest. Hotter, hottest. Smaller, smallest. Busier, busiest. Fatter, fattest. Draw a line to connect the rule for adding ER and EST to the base word. Then write ER and EST words. The first one, double the final consonant. Which one we double the final consonant? Soon or fat or busy? Very well. Fat. Which one we change Y into I? Soon or busy? Yeah, busy. And the last one, we do nothing to the base word. Soon. We do nothing to the base word. Now, let's start writing. Soon. Soon is the adjective. We need to write it one time as a comparative adjective. So we add ER. And one time as the superlative, I add EST. What about fat? I need to write it one time as a comparative adjective. So I double the consonant, I double the final consonant, and I add ER. And for the superlative, I double the consonant, then I add EST. The third word, here number 5, busy. What do? We change the Y into I, then I add ER. So busy, it will be busier. And what about the superlative adjective? Exactly. We change the Y into I, then I add EST. Busiest. Busiest. Add ER or EST to the underlined word. Write the word. Okay. Today is hot than Tuesday. So first of all, I have to know whether it's a comparison between one-to-one or one-to-many. Okay, teacher. Here I have today, it's 1. And then Tuesday. So one-to-one, teacher. Okay, what else? We have the word than. So the adjective here will be hotter. What do? We double the final consonant and we add ER. Number 8. This child is the happy one in the group. First of all, let's define together. It's a comparison between one-to-one or one-to-many. Yeah, it's one-to-many. And we have also the word the. The word the comes before the adjective. So it will be happiest. Happiest. Happiest is superlative. Is the superlative adjective. Happiest. Number 9. These are the small caps I have ever seen. These are the small caps I have ever seen. It seems I have a comparison between one and more than one because here I have the. So it will be a superlative adjective, smallest. We don't do any change. It's not one syllable with one vowel and one final consonant, and it does not end with Y. So here in this case, as long as it's not this or that, so we don't make any change, we just add er or est. Number 10, she's happy than she used to be. If I have the word then here, and it seems it's a comparison between 1 to 1, so the word happy will be happier. Comparative adjective. 11. This is the hot day of the year. It seems we make a comparison between one day and other days. So 1 to 1 or 1 to many? Exactly, 1 to many. So in this case, it will be hottest. The hottest. The last one, my dear students. Number 12. My cat is smaller than your cat. What do we have here? A comparison between one cat and another cat. So in this case, it's a comparative, and I have the word than. I have the word than. So teacher, it's a comparative, so it will be smaller. It will be smaller. My dear students, by that, we finished our spelling lesson for today. I need you to watch carefully that video. I need you to write the list words you have here in your copybooks, my dear, and send me to check. Hope you liked that video and see you again. Bye bye, my dear.